We are live, coming at you.
Live in 3, 2.
Gotta throw them guns. I got my guns. Only certain people know that reference, but
I don't.
I'll tell you about it.
Okay. Hey guys.
Hey!
You say hey the same time every time we start, and I love it.
You know, I like,
The consistency.
yeah.
You guys, welcome back to What the
Podcast.
Podcast.
Episode
4, baby.
4, yeah.
Episode 4. And boy, have we got some advancements.
Yeah.
We're now on video.
Hopefully you see it.
Maybe.
Yeah, if it doesn't turn out good, you're not going to see it, but
If by the time you're listening to this, there's no video, oopsie.
Yeah.
Just forget we said it.
Yeah. We have little baby mics that hook up to the camera, so let's pray they
Yeah.
work. If you hear a slight buzz, hopefully we can fix that. If not, you'll get over it.
You guys have probably heard worse things.
Yeah. Our audio will only get better from here.
We promise. It's just episode 4, you guys.
Yeah.
We're 4 episodes deep.
Yeah.
But boy, is episode 4 a juicy one.
Oh my God, it's going to be a wild ride.
You guys.
I'm going to get canceled. I just already feel it.
We just have to really kind of tiptoe.
In some areas.
In some areas, yeah.
I'm very, what the kids say, woke. So,
Hashtag woke.
I think, like, I'm very open-minded, so
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be that. It's just that I'm going to hate her so much that...
We're talking, okay, episode 4 is about Trisha Paytas.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know who Trisha Paytas
Please
is...
Google her.
Please.
Don't look her up on Twitter.
Just give her a brief, absolutely do not do that.
Hey, all those posts are deleted.
Yeah, I know.
So, unless people, like, redo it,
Yeah, they like screenshot
remind me
it
to come back to
re-upload
that
it.
on Twitter.
Okay,
But,
we will discuss the Twitter. But Trisha Paytas is a internet personality, I guess
Yeah.
you could say. She's it kind of started on YouTube. She's a YouTube content creator. And she's always been pretty controversial. She started on YouTube in the early 2000s, although I don't think she was really widely known
Yeah.
until just a few years ago.
mm,
When I say a few years ago, I mean like 6 or 7.
20... 20, she's had YouTube since 2007.
Yeah, but I
But
mean...
she's always had kind of a following, but she
Okay.
didn't pop off until, like, the Sean thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
I think that really got her the attention she wanted.
Longevity.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But anyway, Trisha is a content creator. She's a controversial gal. She has said and done and been some things that most people are just kind of like, girl, what are you doing? Trisha is kind of like a train wreck. I feel like you either really love Trisha or you really do not like Trisha or you just love to
Hate her.
Yeah.
I think that's where I am.
Yeah.
I follow her. I had to refollow her on Twitter. I saw yesterday. I did not follow her.
I don't think I've ever followed Trisha Paytas on Twitter.
Oh my God, it's a wild ride.
I mean,
have
I've definitely seen her Twitter.
I have before, but I was going back because I was going to look for some, like, cringy messages I sent to her mom one time, like, get your daughter help, you psychopath. I was looking for those messages and I couldn't find them, and
When you're so involved in somebody that you just feel compelled to message their mother.
You'll see why I did it,
No,
but, like,
I understand.
She like, I don't know.
Trisha's tendencies are very like a cry for help.
Yes.
I feel like.
And I think the reason why I, like, got so invested was because she has really bad mental health problems.
Which she said.
Yeah. And so, as someone that has really bad mental health problems,
Sure.
it really was upsetting that she was allowing herself to get that way.
And the people around her
Were allowing
her.
it. Yeah, and they were making money off of it.
100%.
And that's just like,
That's
so
not okay.
frustrating.
That's
It's
not okay. When you surround yourself with people who provoke that behavior and kind of, I'm not going to say they instigated it, but aren't doing anything.
They did. They held the camera for her while she did it.
Essentially, yeah.
And, I mean...
Not okay.
Not okay.
No.
Like, put the porn and stuff to the side. Like, I don't care. You do what you do. Like, but if you're, like, I don't know. She did some crazy things.
Yeah.
But, anyway, that's Trisha Paytas.
That's just a brief summary.
Yeah.
She's a crazy gal.
And this one's going to be kind of wild because we don't really have, like a scripting for this one. We just are going in it.
We're just kind of most of the topics that we've done so far, we've done like some research and we kind of compile our thoughts beforehand. This one, we both know so much about Trisha that we're just
gonna wing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some things written down, but like just as reminders. But like I consumed so much of Trisha Paytas in the last like week. It's scary. Like,
do you feel changed?
I do. And I haven't consumed any of her recent content, which we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But, like, I haven't watched any of that. So maybe that's why I hate her still so much. Because people have changed since her new content's come out.
I kind of like, though, that you say that. Because I still follow her on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And kind of jumping ahead here, but Trisha had a child in the last year. And a lot of people notice a change in Trisha. Mm-hmm. And she's got a ton of fans and commenters of people saying, like, this was the best thing you could have done for yourself. Like, you're such a changed person ever since you're born to be a mom, essentially, is what they're saying. Which, I'm glad that
I have opinions.
Yeah, okay, understandable.
Yeah.
I don't think that having a kid solves your problems. Mm-hmm. If those are, well, period. A kid does not solve your problems.
No.
Having a kid does not solve the issues that you have. Especially when you're going through mental health struggles.
Yes.
That is the last thing you should be thinking about doing.
Yeah. Because, like, with a kid, to, like, back off, like, to go about what you said about it does not solve your problems, like, I had a kid because I have abandonment issues, like, hardcore.
Yeah.
And so, not like no one did it to me on purpose, but like I do.
Just is what it is.
And I had a kid, and I've told my husband this. I was like, the reason why I want a kid is because he's stuck with me for the rest of his life, and he can't leave me. I mean, I guess he can when he's older, but like, he's my forever partner, like my best friend that's never going to get to leave me. Yeah. I want to be that mom that clings to him at 30.
There's a bond there.
Yeah.
With any parent kid.
Yeah. So I don't think it helps you. Like, obviously I still have problems afterwards.
It shouldn't be the solution. I guess that's what I'm saying.
It shouldn't be at all.
Yes. It should not be the solution.
Yeah.
Because when you already are having trouble. Well, my philosophy is if you're already having mental health trouble and then you have a kid, there's going to be something that, not that the kid is being like done wrong, and I don't want to push it that far, but it's a little bit of injustice. Like, it does, there's some negative effects.
I mean, no one's ever ready to have a kid. Everyone's like, I gotta wait to be ready, and I'm like, no, that's not a thing. You dive into it no matter what. However, if you have problems, you should really take care of those problems before you have a child, because it's gonna affect your child no matter what.
Hundo P. That's my Hundo P of the episode.
Yeah.
Preach it, sister.
That's as good as it's going to get for me. That's as deep as I think we're going to get. But
yeah, you guys. Okay. Do you want to go over a little bit of Trisha's early life?
Okay. She grew up in Illinois. Mm-hmm. Her mom was married 4 times by the time Trisha was 10, which says a lot.
Yeah, that's insane.
No offense to people that are married multiple times.
No, but when you're a young, impressionable girl, that kind of sets a...
when she turned 18, she moved in with her dad in L.A., and her dad kicked her out because she started stripping and being an escort. Dude. So, and her childhood, I think it's important to note, is that she was known for her lying. She was a very big liar in school. She constantly would make up stories about her dad, saying that he's a millionaire and he's like a manager of like such and such, or like just made up stuff. And her mom would constantly wash her mouth out with soap because she kept getting caught lying.
Well, and Trisha says later, like, she admits to being a troll.
Yeah.
But she also says, I never cared about being rich or anything. I still don't. I just have this constant need for attention. Maybe that's a bad thing, maybe not, but that is how I thrive. And that has been so telling of Trisha. If you just ever have seen her in YouTube videos,
She just wants the attention.
In anything, she will push the envelope,
Yeah.
the envelope, whatever.
I said that earlier, and someone was like, "It's whatever. You can say either or." And I was like, "Thanks."
Actually, I said that yesterday, and somebody said, "Which one is it?"
I wonder if we're talking about the same person.
I guarantee we are. Hey, person.
Yeah, you know who you are.
You know who you are.
I'm sure it is the same person because I said the same thing today, but they
That's
were
so
like, "It's either
weird.
or." How funny.
Why didn't they say anything?
I don't know.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
twinsies.
Guys. Okay, anyway. Trisha has some issues where she feels that she's in this constant need for attention.
Yes, but she is known as YouTube's biggest liar.
Yeah. She has proclaimed that.
Yes.
Very much so.
So then she starts her YouTube career, which then turns into her doing some pretty racist things on the internet,
Yeah.
pretending to be Asian.
And you got to think, in this time, 2007, 2008, not saying that any of it's okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But this is a time where
People didn't get
this is
called
like
out
the
as
ultimate
much.
form of comedy,
Yeah.
essentially, especially on the internet.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, on YouTube, on...
It didn't start becoming a thing until the last 5 years.
No.
That people were like,
Okay,
woke.
this is not okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, she pretended to be Asian. There was that. She wanted to be an Asian pop star, so she did her makeup like she was Asian. Changed her
She had
skin
this
tone a little bit,
whole alter ego named Trishy.
which
Is just, you guys have got to see these clips. But you can look it up. Look it up on YouTube.
yeah. Then what else did she do that was she did? She said the N word.
Yeah.
She rapped the N word quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, then she started doing TV shows, which I'm shocked she was doing TV shows with content out there like that. But she did My Strange Addiction
Yep.
for tanning. So I guess we should describe what she looks like for people that don't know.
Yeah.
She's,
Trisha is a shorter gal,
yes,
and she's
curves.
curvy. She's a curvy gal. But she is very blonde hair,
Platinum,
blonde. She is tan.
orange.
Yes, orange.
Her tan looks better now, but
It
yes, she
does.
did look orange.
She was very, what was her name on YouTube? Blonde Sundoll Forever?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. If that kind of describes her.
Yeah, and she always has her makeup done high glam,
Yes. Well, there was an era of YouTube, I want to say 2011, 2012, 2013, where anytime she was going to record a video, she has a glam squad.
oh, she still's like that.
Yeah.
They come over every day. She said at least 3 times a week on the Frenemies podcast.
That's so wild.
Yeah, and it's a couple thousand every time.
Dude.
Yeah. So I want to know why it costs $1,000 to do that to do one face of makeup.
I don't know. Is
I
that the
mean,
norm? When
that
you're a
can't
content
be.
creator?
That can't be.
That's wild.
I've never charged anybody for doing their makeup ever, but I definitely would not be charging $1,000 for an hour of your time, or maybe 2 hours, if that.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm paying $1,000, I better be getting more than makeup.
Or you better be doing a whole bridal party or something.
Yeah.
Not.
That's what I'm saying.
But anyway, so she's always glam.
She was on a ton of TV shows. This one isn't in the doc, but she was on a show called Nathan For You, where she had a small
never
part.
heard of that.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. You gotta watch it. You would love it.
I feel like we can hear my breathing. I think I ate too much food. So now I'm
We had Taco Bell before this, you guys.
Yeah.
So just
bear with us.
say a couple prayers. Anyway, but yes, she was. The amount of shows that she was on in this such short period of time. She went on Ellen for speed talking. America's Got Talent for speed talking.
She was in Eminem's music video.
Yes, it's just she's everywhere all at once, and people are like, "What? How is she in all of these things?"
Yeah, and she's just and she plays dumb really bad.
Dude,
daddy. She says after everything. She'll be like,
it's very it's very Valley
Girl. Yes, it's so annoying.
Yes, to the nth power.
But yet she's not dumb. She's got to be smart for the things she does.
I mean, look at her.
I mean,
look at how much money she's got.
Yeah, she can hustle. She hustles, man. I'll give her that. She's got good work ethic. There we go. Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
No. But anyway, yes, she was very, like, dominating the space at this time. And again, the entire time that she's been on the internet, you either love her or you hate her. There's really no in between. So,
I take it back. Sean did not start her career. Shane Dawson did.
Shane Dawson and Trisha have been friends for...
Since, looks like 2010.
A long time, yeah.
I mean, they're not friends anymore.
No,
they're not. That was messy, but... I love Shane Dawson. Huge fan. I don't really like his content now, but like during my pregnancy and stuff, it was Shane Dawson 24/7.
Videos and oh my gosh.
His old eating videos, like trying Twinkies and
yes, so good.
Oh, I wish
like the fast food videos.
Yeah, they're about to have a baby. Do you know that? Shane and Rylan are having a baby. Yeah.
When's the wedding?
I think. Did they get legally married already?
Maybe.
I don't know, but they are having a baby.
Wow.
They have a surrogate.
I did not know that.
Yeah, saw a video that says they have a due date.
Oh my gosh.
Now, was it clickbait? I don't know. But I did see a video where they are legit, like they did the sperm in the cup and all that stuff. And, you know, they did all that.
Okay. I find new things out every day.
But anyway, she was friends with Shane Dawson. Mm-hmm. And that really started her career because he was very poppin' on... YouTube. And then her song, I Love Jesus, came out, which I think is a mockery of the Christianity, and I think everybody should. I might not be religious, but I still find offense.
Here's the thing with Trisha releasing this song is that Trisha is a self-proclaimed Christian, but she is like 7 different religions. It is
ridiculous. And again, I'm not religious, but I take offense to every single one of them.
She's been called out for kind of, I hate this word, but like fetishizing these religions.
That is the perfect word.
And I am religious, but I can't understand it because she claims to be Christian. She claims to also at the same time be Jewish. She claims to be all of these different religions.
She wanted to wear a hijab or whatever it's called. And I'm like, do you know how rude that is? Like, to just wear it as an accessory? Like, you can't do that. Like, she wears the Star of David. Like, it's like...
Which is it?
That's like a Satanist or whatever they're called, wearing a cross just for funsies. Like, that's just rude. Good. It's rude.
I don't get it.
It's so, it makes me so mad.
But again, this all comes back to the attention thing.
Yes.
And she's pushing the boundary of, that's another thing that nobody wants to get into is religion, because that's just something that that's not something that you mess with people. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? But here again, Trisha finds a way to do it. So that happens. She releases this song, I Love You, Jesus. And now people use it a lot on like TikToks and stuff because it's funny and, you know, whatever. But it really just stems back to the issue of who is she? Like, what's the game?
Oh, she's so frustrating.
She really is.
But then she starts dating a dancer / performer, Sean Vanderwelt. Is that how you say it? Sean Vanderwelt? Mm-hmm. And they are dating. Or whatever you'd call it.
They were together.
They posted a notorious video of them showering with my boyfriend. That was the title of it.
It's very like... There are people on the internet who, being promiscuous and using these clickbait titles, obviously are going to get you clicks and views. But Trisha just has no boundaries.
Here's the thing. Her shit's not clickbait.
It's real.
It's real. She's literally posting videos of her showering with her boyfriend. I don't know if that video was for sure, but like...
It was.
I subscribed to her OnlyFans. I know it's on there. I only did for like a day, but I did pay like $5 just to view it.
You did?
Yeah, I wanted to see what it was like. we'll go back to that. But this pretty much started Trisha's mental illness, like, on camera.
Downfall.
Yeah, this is when she went batshit, because literally Sean and her broke up because, did you see that video of why her and Sean broke up?
I don't think so. Well, I saw the one where she was crying the whole time.
Yes.
But I don't
The original
remember.
video that they're what caused them to break up
No.
was he was at a gay club with a bunch of friends, his manager, and all these people, and he's the type, apparently, and she knows this because she said that in her later video she agreed with this.
Yeah.
He's the type that if you go out with me and I get drunk, I'm dancing with everybody, guy, girl, like, don't know who you are, I'm dancing with you. So there was a video of him and a girl dancing. He picks her up and her dress comes up above her hips.
Oh no.
And you see him pull her dress back down. And so there's that. And then you turn around and then he's dancing with a guy and a girl walks in front of the camera when he's walking up to the guy, kind of like sexy.
Yeah.
And she stands in front of the camera, so you don't see what happens. But then someone posted the video and said that him and that guy were kissing. So she had a full-blown meltdown on the internet.
Yeah.
And posted a video that said, what did it say? What was the title? Sean Vanderwalt is gay. Yeah, Sean Vanderwalt is gay. And you can't do that.
Well, and this is where my thinking comes in. Trisha being who she is and doing anything for attention, you would think that like a video like that would not faze her.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, but she's like super jealous.
She's very territorial. Yes.
But she titles this and she gets a bad reaction from everybody.
Backlash.
Because
bad backlash.
You can't out somebody on the internet. Like, you can't do it. Anybody that's in the LGBTQ community.
That is a spoken and unspoken rule.
Yes, you don't tell people like other people's business like that. You just can't do that. Let them make that choice.
Yes.
And I'm 100% behind that. Anyway, so she was getting a lot of backlash. So then she changes the title to is Sean Wilder, whatever his name is,
Sean
gay.
Vanderwalt gay, yeah.
So she put is in front of it and said, pretty much claimed that she never posted it as that. Because he had his manager send her a thing, if you don't take it down within 24 hours, we will send a...
What is that, libel or
cease and desist order or something?
It's, is libel the right term?
No, I think it's, God, no, I gotta go ask James. What is it when you lie about somebody? It's, people are gonna be screaming it at us.
Legal term for...
Lying about someone or...
Lying about someone. Libel.
Is it libel?
Dude, let's go!
You're so smart because I still don't think... I'm thinking of a different word.
It's because all that...
Red Bull you're drinking.
Yeah. The Red Bull and all the law stuff on the last episode.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway. What word am I thinking of? Because there's a different word.
I know what you're thinking of, but it's on the tip of my tongue. Libel. I'm going to look up libel versus defamation.
Yes. Of character.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. So she gets in trouble for that. And so then, because he threatened to sue her, or not sue her, but like send us...
Take legal action.
Yeah. She makes another video that's like... Okay, so in these videos, let me mind you, she's on the kitchen floor.
I mean, just sobbing.
You've got to look up these images. All you have to do is type in Google Trisha Paytas crying, and they all pop up.
Well, there's a ton of them, first of all. Because this is not the first breakdown that she's had on the internet, but they're pretty famous.
But this one, she's on the kitchen floor. Her hair's crazy. She's got like no makeup on, and she's just sobbing and just like can't breathe. Like she's just having a meltdown.
Yeah.
So then he sends her this email, and the next video is immediately her, full glam, hair done, and she's like, "You want to sue me? Like fuck off!" Like
she just
sorry for that for people, but
takes all of this stuff to the internet.
Yes, and she's like completely composed, and she's just like it's like a 180, and she just literally like. It was, you've got to watch it because she's so,
It's like watching, I mean, it is what it is. It's watching somebody have a complete and utter crisis.
Yeah, like a manic, she's like bipolar. Like she's having like a manic episode.
Well, she is.
Like a downer manic episode because some manic ones are very like high.
Upper, yeah.
Yeah, no, she's a downer. So she's like down and she's like sobbing and then she goes, normal, and it's not even normal. She's like just cuckoo. But she goes back to normal, and then she's just like, I knew that's why you wanted me, because I'm your sugar mama or whatever. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh my God.
It was pretty infuriating just to watch it. But then, after all of this, do you want to talk about the chicken nugget thing?
Oh my gosh. I don't know much about the chicken nugget thing. All I know is that she was on the kitchen floor.
People were so confused.
Everyone knows the kitchen floor times. Like, if you talk about anybody about Trisha Paytas, all you gotta say is kitchen floor. And they're like,
instantly
done.
They know.
Yeah. So.
Also, it's the same kitchen where she recorded the video of her singing Shallow, isn't it?
I haven't seen that.
Wearing the cowboy hat.
No.
Where she's like, tell me something, girl. That video?
No. Have you seen the video of her with a bag over her head in that kitchen?
No.
There's a video of her with a bag on her head. I have no identity. And like,
that's terrifying.
She's insane. Like, I hate to make fun of somebody that's like mentally
Going
unstable, but like,
at what point does it get to where you post videos on the internet of you just like
having a mental crisis?
Yeah.
So then and this is all going by memory. Like, again, we have a little script, but it's not anything about this really. So then she goes into the thing about, she's sitting on the floor. She looks out of it. She's not crying, but she's like out of it.
You can tell she's not
like she's
there.
in a daze. Like, you can't, like, there's no soul in her eyes. And she says, I'm a chicken nugget.
And she's just like mindless. It's like she's talking just to talk.
I think on this YouTube video, if we don't post the video, I think I'm going to make the background just the picture of her, I'm a chicken nugget.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. Maybe we can also insert clips, like short clips of what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that,
but
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
And then she says, when you feel like a chicken nugget, you feel like not delicious. Well, you feel delicious, but you also feel like fried and fake on the inside. I'm pink goop, and now I'm a chicken nugget. Like, what?
And then she was like, I don't think I should be considered crazy for identifying
as such.
As a
and this
chicken
is the beginning of her identifying as things. This is what makes me the most mad about her, is her identity crisis.
Again, just like with the religion. Which one is it?
Yes. So she comes out, we gotta tread lightly on this one, but like, she comes out as, she posted a video saying, I am transgender.
Yeah.
And it was about,
I think it should also be noted beforehand too, Trisha does a lot of, I don't want to say cosplay, but Trisha is a fangirl. Trisha is a fangirl of My Chemical Romance. She's a fangirl
of Zac Efron.
Zac Efron, Quentin Tarantino. She loves Quentin Tarantino.
That's what started her YouTube channel.
Yes, it did. But she likes to
dress up
and cosplay as these people that she likes. So she's done a lot of boy cosplay. So when she's saying that she's transgender, people are like, okay, we know that she likes attention, but is she?
Well, here's the thing. She does things to hop on trends.
Yes.
So that was around the time Nikita...
Dragon.
No, not Nikita Dragon. Well, she's probably one of them too, but Nikki Tutorials came out as transgender.
Yes.
So it was around that time. So Trisha makes a video, and she's like, I am transgender. That's the title of it. So you go into it, and she's like, here's the thing, I enjoy dressing up as a guy. It makes me feel when I'm the freest. And I'm like, okay, I get it. If you want to be a guy, be a guy. Like, 100 times, whatever. However, she then says, I'm a girl that is transgender to male, to then a drag queen that is dressed up like a girl. So I'm a girl male turned into a girl.
Confusing.
It's stupid.
So you're a girl.
Yes. I mean, she says she's a gay man trapped in a woman's body, but that likes to dress up as a girl.
You can be a girl and like drag queens and want to dress up like a drag queen.
And be gay and be... She can be what she wants to be at the end of the day. I don't care.
But it makes it confusing.
It's so confusing for
other people.
That people are going through that, and you're sitting there making a mockery of it.
Well, you gotta think, this is also, we're entering the times of cancel culture. So if you say the wrong thing, you're through. That is it.
Yes.
So when you're making it so confusing, and I know, again, we gotta be really careful with what we say, but when you're making it to the point of near impossible to know what or who somebody is, it's like, you just can't even speak to them or about them.
My thing is that she has kids watching these videos. If they feel like
impressionable kids.
Yeah, if they feel like they're transgender, she's making it really hard for them to come out because she's getting so much hate, and they're looking at that like, if I come out, am I going to be like that? Like, you know. But she was making a mockery of it. It was a troll thing. It was not
again. She
real.
says that she is a troll, which she is, and so she's just following the trend of what is.
And like earlier, I was going to say, she goes by, okay, so every documentary, in quotation marks, was saying that they refer to her as they, them, because that's what her pronouns are. Yeah. Okay, good, Gucci. I'm happy for you. I'll call you they, them. Mm-hmm. But if you go to her or her Instagram, it says they, them, she, her. So I'm like, what are you feeling today? Like, which Trisha are we getting today? Are we getting
I think that,
tea?
That is a
Did you watch that video?
Yes.
Oh, my God. We'll get to that one soon. But are you tea today?
That's a good way to put it. Like, who are you?
Yeah. We just don't know who you are.
Yeah. Like,
people just want to know you and, like, know the genuine you.
Yes.
And because she could be a good, like, person. I don't think she's like I think she's a bad person. Yeah. But I think she has potential to be okay.
This is why it makes it so easy for people to dislike her, but it's also, like I said earlier, a train wreck. It's so, you never know what she's going to say or do, mm-hmm. but it's like, I have to watch this. I have to see.
Yes.
Like, what is going to happen?
Some of it, now that I'm older and stuff, I can't watch it. Like,
yeah, I know.
So then
some of it's just cringy.
So then it becomes popular because, what's his name? Anthony Petito?
Pateo, I think.
Pateo?
Padilla.
There we go.
Yes.
Anthony
from
Padilla.
Smosh. He was from Smosh.
Yes. He came out with a video he was interviewing a girl with DID, which is, what is that? I don't know the term for it.
DID.
I should have wrote it down.
Dissociative identity disorder. So basically multiple personality disorder.
Yes, but they're two different things. Multiple personality disorder and DID are two different things, from what I've learned on the internet.
Oh, it says...
I'm not an MD, but...
It says a mental health condition. People with dissociative identity disorder have 2 or more separate personalities.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's roughly the same thing. But, like, I want to say I saw, like, a medical professional online, which could have been a quack, but... He said it's not the same thing. You can be diagnosed as for them differently. Okay. You can be diagnosed with DID, and then you can be diagnosed with multiple personality disorder.
Did you ever see that movie Split?
No.
Okay, never mind. It was really good. Okay.
Anyway, she comes out with that video, and she's like, Anthony comes out with that video. He's interviewing that girl. So it becomes popular because he's pretty popular on YouTube.
Yeah.
So then she sees the video and she's like, oh my God, I think I have that. Shocking, I know. So then she's like, I have that. So I'm going to make a video explaining why I have this. And so she goes into it and she's like, I've always felt like this. You know, I have different personalities. So then it does not come across the internet very well.
No,
everyone's
because it's so ingenuine.
Yes.
And you're just hopping on this train for attention.
Yes. And so then... She makes a second video because she's mad at this point because everyone's mad at her.
Yeah.
Did you watch the second video of her multiple personalities?
I don't think so.
What?
Wait, which one is
you
it?
Need to study.
Which one is it? I know.
It's the one where she literally goes like. So there's T, there's Trixie. I think I have it. Hold on, let me look in my docs and see if I have it written down because it might be under controversy. Let's see.
Trisha Paytas.
DID, here we go. Okay, there was T, Trixie, Tyson, and Tyranny.
Oh, yeah.
So,
the video was called Meet My Alters.
Yes, Meet My Alters. And so she then gets on camera and she looks you dead in the eye in camera, the eye of the camera, and she's like, yeah, I'm Trisha, and people just don't get me, but my personalities just come out and I don't know them. Like, I don't know when it happens or anything like that. And then her eyes roll in the back of her head. And then T's
like he's been possessed.
yes, and then T's like her mean one apparently, and he's like, I don't give a fuck, like blah 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 blah, and then she's like going off like a guy, and then Trixie comes into view. She does this little head roll thing. If you're watching the video, so she does.
She looked like she was being possessed.
Yes, and then so Trixie comes in, and then Tyson comes on, and then Tierney is this. I don't remember which one's which, but one of them's like super sensitive and just like super sweet and doesn't understand. You've got to watch the video.
Anybody who watched it knows that it's an act. It's an act.
In one of the comments from the video, I screenshotted some comments, and it said, after educating myself more about DID, I understand how fucking offensive and disgusting this whole thing was. Like, and then this one said, as somebody who has DID, this is absolutely insulting. This disorder stems from intense, long-lasting trauma experienced as a child, and as fact that she is making fun of, it really pisses me off. So DID is from childhood trauma. So from what I, like in the video I watched of, like that could be a quack, was saying that it's kids that are like
abused, things like that,
R-worded and stuff like that, and they black out.
Severe trauma.
Yeah, they like pretty much black out and forget all that, but it comes out in different personalities later on in life. So it's not like a genetic thing. It's from trauma.
Very much a mental health.
Yes. People that are years of therapy trying to cope with this, and she's just making a mockery of it. And she even comes out later and she's like, yeah, I just did that because people were pissed at me. I'm like, how can you do that? That's like pretending you have cancer.
Well, and here's my thing with Trisha is that I feel like she has no... What's the word I'm looking for? Not filter, but she's got no understanding of
social cues.
If I do this, there could be severe social consequences.
Yeah.
Period. And she does not care, but that to her is like almost a good thing because she's like, look at how many people are going to be talking about me.
Yeah.
You know?
She's such a witch. Anyway, so she outed Sean, and then one of the next, she's got more controversies, but like a next one was she pretended, she made a King Tut video. Oh my God. Did you see that TikTok?
Yes.
If it's the one that I'm thinking of
on TikTok.
Is it the one where she's wearing that headpiece and she's like shaking her head?
Yeah, she's singing that song, oh gosh, Steve Martin.
I have no idea.
King Tut?
I don't know.
Anyway, it blew up on TikTok.
Yeah, it's offensive.
Yeah.
And she cosplays as the most crazy things.
I don't get it.
She cosplayed, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go back to Jason.
Well, let's go to Jason.
Yes.
So Trisha starts dating, we're skipping forward in the timeline a little bit. Trisha starts dating Jason Nash.
I think all this happened after Jason Nash.
It did.
The DID and stuff like that happened after Jason.
And
so we're going a little
TikToks.
backwards.
Okay, you guys just gotta keep up with this. Okay,
yeah.
Keep up with this. Trisha starts dating this guy Jason Nash, and if you're familiar with David Dobrik at all, you know who the Vlog Squad is.
Favorite ones on the internet.
Yes. Well, Jason, the Vlog Squad is like made up of like, at that time, like probably 23 to like 27-year-olds, I would say. Jason Nash is like 40 years old. Yeah, he was like 47 or something. He's 45, I think. He's in his mid-40s, and he's in the Vlog Squad, okay? But him and David were... like best friends. They started on Vine. Back in the Vine days. I wish they'd bring back Vine. Which most of them started on Vine, like Liza and that whole group. They all started on Vine. Well, Jason and Trisha start dating, which is just... the weirdest combo to me. Well, first off, Jason gives me creepy vibes anyway for hanging out with all those 20-somethings. See, I never found it creepy. Oh gosh, I don't know. Well, anyway, they started dating. I thought he stuck out like a sore thumb, but like, I got why he was friends with them. As someone that's old. Yeah, I guess maybe he just wants to feel like a kid. I think he wants to feel like a kid, and he probably didn't. Yeah. Probably didn't have a good childhood. He was also going through it because he had dad abandonment issues. Maybe. Probably. But he's also got 2 kids, and he does not have full custody of them. Yeah, he shares. It's like 50-50. Joint custody, so I'm sure that he's going through some things. And he's making money doing it, so I can see why he kept doing it. He's making like... David pays him well. Yeah, and he was making thousands off his own YouTube channel. Yeah. So I mean,
he's a content creator.
Why
and
would he give
was,
that up?
Yeah, I see why he did it. Like,
Okay.
I'm 100% behind
Okay.
it.
I can see it.
Sometimes. Now, when he was flirting with the younger girls,
That's creepy.
that's creepy.
100%. Nobody wants to be hit on if you're in your mid-20s. Well, I don't know. Some girls.
Well, some of them were 18, and he's like
so
45.
creepy.
That's creepy. But
That's
anyway,
so
we're not here to
creepy.
judge Jason. We're here to judge Trisha.
Yeah, well, that comes with it. But they start dating, and this is a tumultuous relationship.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, their whole relationship is on the internet.
Yes, because they're both YouTubers.
Yes. Well,
So they
Jason's
film
in the
like
vlog
everything.
squad, so anytime Trisha now is in, not necessarily the vlog squad, but she is in David's vlogs.
Yes,
Like
constantly.
a lot, because she's always
Those are
with
my
Jason.
favorite videos.
Oh my gosh.
She's such a psycho. It shows how crazy she is.
Yeah, and I mean, they had a lot, her and Jason had a lot of problems, and they would fight like cat and dog.
On the internet.
On
And
the
film it
internet.
and then post it.
And then they would post their own videos separately, more Trisha than Jason, I think. But
Yeah.
anytime they were going through it, Trisha would post a video talking about how, David sucks and Jason sucks for going along with it and blah, 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 blah. But then they would get right back to it, and then she'd be in David's vlogs again.
If
So
he did anything she didn't want, like there was one video that he had to. So, okay, Trisha at this point is doing porn. At this, like, she's posting herself
Essentially.
completely naked on the internet.
Yes.
And she's
Making money off of it.
doing sexual things on the internet with herself.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you gotta, like, preface that because
Yeah.
Jason's ex-wife did not approve.
Well,
Who would? Who would want their
Absolutely
kids
not.
around that? Because I'm not gonna hate somebody for the way they dress, but she was very
provocative.
Yes, she was not tame enough to be around
Modest.
kids.
No.
Yes.
By any means.
Like she had at her house, like, don't like, sorry, I said the word, but she did about like
Yeah.
on camera, and his kids can't come over to that.
No,
and his kids are
absolutely.
older. They're not like toddlers.
Still, though, that's so inappropriate.
It is for their age. I mean, like a toddler, like you can have something out on the counter and they're not going to notice it. Like normally,
I don't
you
think
shouldn't
that, I
have
don't
it
think
out.
that
But I'm just
anybody
saying,
who's in the stepmom kind of
should
position
never.
I don't care.
But if a
what
kid
age
like
you
just
are.
happened to walk in and they saw it, it wouldn't be like that big of a deal. If they were like 1, they're not going to know any better.
Well,
but,
yeah,
but if they're like 10,
that's
like that's
incredibly
inappropriate. Yeah, you should be arrested at that point. I feel like if
Yes.
you're openly doing stuff like that.
Yes.
But she,
Okay.
we can leave that part in. But we just clip the D word.
Yeah.
But she anyway, so she's crazy. She leaves things out she shouldn't leave out. So he didn't want his kids around it. So when
Yeah.
in this video he was like,
Which
she's
is
mad
not
at me.
wrong of him
No,
to ask of
absolutely
her.
not. But his ex-wife's not approving, so
Yeah.
she did not want Trisha around the kids,
Right.
which is 100% understandable.
And valid.
Yes.
Yes.
So in this video, he tells her like, "Hey, I have to take the kids home. Like, I gotta go pick up my kids, take them home, and then I'll come back to your house. It'll take about maybe 2 hours, if that, because it's
Yeah.
LA. There's traffic, whatever."
Sure. Yeah.
She gets angry and apparently has a meltdown. Her feet end up on the roof of the car because she's like so turned up in her seat, kicking and screaming. And she's just laughing. She's like, "Yeah, that did happen. It was pretty bad." And I'm like, "You are a nutcase. A nutcase."
In what world?
Does a grown adult throw a tantrum?
Because their partner has to get their kids,
Yes.
and then says they'll be right back.
Yes, he was coming right back. In a lot of the videos that were really sad that I didn't like about Jason Trisha, she has so she did drugs and stuff back in the day. Mm-hmm. One thing about her is that she's an addict in all aspects of her life.
Yes.
Drugs and
Attention. Yeah.
and sexually. And she's
Yes.
very open about it.
Yes.
He literally was going to the doctor. Did you see those videos?
Yes.
The doctor visits of him like going to the doctor because he couldn't perform
Period.
enough for her, and she was getting mad at him.
Which is incredibly toxic, by the way.
It is. You should never I feel bad for him.
That's so bad. Yes.
And so and they made all this stuff public. So I mean, I can't help but to talk about it, but they made it public.
Yeah.
So she's known for that. Well, they're toxic, whatever. They end up breaking up. So
Yeah.
she starts making meltdown videos again, posting them all online, saying she's going to expose people. That's what she does.
Yep.
She gets all this information and she just completely exposes people
Yeah.
on the internet because she's mad at them.
Yep. With no regard for
How it could affect them.
yes.
And
Or
so,
make herself look. I mean, she looks terrible.
yeah, and she,
Period.
so
Anyway.
they break up and she apparently gets high on like cocaine. Did you see that?
Yes, I
And then
did.
she drove into his house.
Yep.
Like literally drove into his garage door or something.
Like Stephanie from Full House backing into the
Yes.
house with Joey's car. Like she drives into his house physically.
Yes. And then she gets admitted that day into a psych ward.
Yes.
She gets 5150 is I think that's what it's called.
Is that the term?
It is. It's not a term, it's a thing. It's like a hold on, let me Google
What is
this.
5150?
I could be 100% wrong on the numbers. 5150 meaning 5150 is a number of the section of the Welfare and Institutions Code, which allows an adult who's experiencing a mental health crisis in an involuntary detained for 72-hour psychiatric hospital when evaluated to be in danger to others or to themselves or gravely disabled. So it's kind of like in the last podcast we did, we talked about, was it the last? No, it was Britney Spears. How if you're
Yes.
detained, it's 72-hour hold.
Yes.
So she gets detained, and Jason and David are there, and she comes out and says that they had to strap her down. She's completely naked. They had to strap her down to the bed and pump whatever that medicine is that's supposed to like knock you out for people that are having like anxiety attacks and like stuff
But
like that.
she was saying it in a way that was very like
Funny.
storytelling.
Yes, and like I'm like this is not funny.
No.
So anyway, they break up. Jason pretty much cuts her off, never talks to her again.
Yeah.
Who would?
Which I think is the right move.
And she's mad at them because they never checked in on her after that. And I'm like, why would we?
When you have these tendencies of being so completely toxic and just that's scary at that point.
At some point, you have to cut them off.
Yeah, you
I
can't.
get wanting to be there for somebody with mental health problems.
That is going to do nothing for you and definitely nothing for them. Like,
yeah. It's one thing because, like, I, have had my issues. And there was some times where I thought, well, maybe I'll have to be 5150'd.
I think everybody's kind of been there.
Yeah, but there was a time where it was really close. And my partner stayed by my side, but I wouldn't blame him if it's continued onto that path and I didn't get the help I needed.
Yeah.
And if he left, I'd been like,
You can only help
Okay, I
somebody
get
so
it.
much if they don't want to help themselves. There's nothing you can do at that point.
it's
There's
sad.
nothing you can do at that point.
Ugh, it's so sad. But anyway, so he cuts her off and she becomes crazy again until she meets. You want to
Uh-oh.
go into him?
Are we talking about Ethan Klein?
Well, do we want to talk about how she met Moses, or does that matter, you think?
I think we
Do you know how they met?
through Ethan and Ela.
Yeah, through the podcast. She was doing a bachelorette thing, and Moses applied,
Oh gosh,
and they started DMing.
that is so weird.
And this is COVID time. COVID is starting, so they quarantine together. They just meet and they quarantine. Ooh, we should talk about John Hill. Do you know about that? Okay, well, this is a good little side note.
Okay.
So in between Moses and Jason, Jaclyn Hill,
Yes.
she was married to John Hill.
Yes.
Okay, John Hill was an addict,
Yes, I didn't know that.
and they divorced, Jaclyn and John.
Okay.
And then Jaclyn starts dating John's best friend.
Oh my gosh.
Did you not know that?
No.
Okay, well, the guy she's engaged to is John Hill's best friend.
Oh my god.
And they're living in the house John and Jaclyn bought together.
Ew.
Yeah. So anyway, Trisha, I don't know who reached out to who, but Trisha got into it with Jaclyn on Twitter.
Okay.
John or Trisha, I don't know who reached out to who, but they connected.
Yes.
And then they had a little drug/sex party. And they just went on a bender together, apparently, for a couple weeks.
Oh,
like a really
wow.
bad bender. And she ended up getting like 5150'd.
And this was after
twice.
the Jason.
This was after
drama?
Jason.
Oh wow.
I'm pretty sure it was after Jason. But she, from the time she met Jason, that one time that she got 5150 on her
Yeah.
birthday, She's been in 5150 3 times since then.
Wow.
So I don't know if John Hill was in between that. I don't know, but she ended up having to be 5150 again. And her and John Hill had their little fling, and then John Hill ended up dying. Not from with Trisha, but John Hill he died like I think a year later from a drug overdose. So that's just a side note.
That.
But yes, he did die. Jacqueline was posting all about it and stuff like that.
That's gotta be hard though. I mean,
yeah, she's been with him since she was 16.
Wow.
And she grew up with him and stuff. So I can't. She divorced him because he was an addict, and she couldn't. He couldn't. Him. Yeah, she could not help him. So I get it.
Right.
But anyway, Trisha just kind of fed into his addiction.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then she meets Ethan, and he. How do you say her name? Ela.
Yes. Ethan and Ela are husband and wife, and they have a YouTube channel called H3H3 Productions, which they have been on YouTube for probably, I mean, just as long as
I didn't know
Trisha
Moses bought their first camera. I did not know that.
Yep. Well, Ethan and Ela have been on YouTube for just as long, if not longer, than Trisha has, and they started a podcast a few years ago. They invited Trisha on their podcast, and there were kind of some tiffs because Ethan is not shy about
asking his questions
and giving his opinion on things. But Ela, his wife, has a brother named Moses, which eventually...
He's not attractive. I don't get it.
And he's very,
weird.
He's all about water. He's very water conscious. He does have his own YouTube channel, but it's not
it's water.
It's
he's got a weird fetish thing with water.
He almost seems he's very mellow seeming.
Yeah, he's not a hippie. I wouldn't say hippie. He's very
conscious.
Like a Buddhist.
Kind of, yeah. I get those vibes.
Yeah. They do have a big Buddha in their house, so maybe.
But I think that's Trisha.
Yeah.
That's Trisha.
One of her religions.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, well, so they invite Trisha onto their podcast. Ethan and Ela do. Later down the line, Trisha and Ethan start a podcast on YouTube.
Best podcast ever made.
Called Frenemies. Because they are so different from one another. But somehow it works. It works somehow. And there were, how many episodes were there? 13 episodes?
20, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, let me look.
Hang on.
Frenemies episodes. I think 17.
Okay. Well, they have, and they're hour and a half long.
Yeah, they're good though. They're a good watch.
They're very entertaining, okay, because there's these two totally different people from one another, where Trisha is very over the top and eccentric.
No.
Oh, what?
39 episodes.
Oh my gosh.
I could be wrong, but when was the last episode? Let's see. Of course it doesn't say but it says episode number 39 on here, so I assume
there were quite a few episodes.
Yeah.
There were quite a few episodes. Trisha is very over the top and eccentric, and Ethan is very chill, and he definitely points Trisha out when she's wrong.
Oh, yes.
And that, I think, is something that
she needs in her life.
Yes.
She doesn't have a lot of it.
Yeah, 100%. Which was good for Trisha.
You and your 100%. You've said it 5 times. And people were coming for me.
It's me this episode, you guys. It's me this episode. Anyway, that was good for Trisha. And there were times where they would get into arguments on Frenemies.
Oh my God.
But then later, the later ones were really just bad.
I rewatched the first 6 just for this podcast.
Yeah, the final one where she left, dude, that was bad.
Is that the one where she called Ela
B word?
Yeah.
Yes.
And a C word. She called her a C word too.
Yep.
And why would you talk about somebody's wife like that to their face?
Yeah.
And it's your sister-in-law.
Ethan is very recognizing of the fact, and he tells her many times, I think you need to leave because you're having a moment, and we can talk about this, but I cannot let you do this to yourself. Essentially,
he was like, you can go. And she's like, I'm leaving. I'm already going. Because she has to have the last word on everything.
Yes.
And then, how did you feel about so on the podcast, Dr. Drew came on. Did you watch that episode?
Yeah, I did.
And how he was like, I wish I had my phone, but, because I screenshot some comments, but,
Yeah.
Dr. Drew was 100% behind Trisha the whole time, which is absolutely crazy to me.
I could not understand
Like, he blamed
that.
Ethan for everything.
Which
for
I
all their
really don't
fighting.
get, because if you guys watch these episodes, you'll see what we mean, and that Ethan is really trying to bring Trisha like down, and explain to her like,
Not in a bad way, but
no,
like in a,
and like, I care about you.
yeah, and you're being,
Let's think about what you're saying and be conscious of what you're saying
Yeah.
before you say it, type of thing. And that I couldn't understand either, because I don't know if Dr. Drew knows who Trisha is.
or like he didn't study before it,
I
because
don't
clearly
know.
he didn't.
Apparently not.
But like he was pro her transgender video and all that stuff, and I'm just like,
What are you thinking?
what is your thought process
He
there?
had to have gotten backlash for that.
He needs his license revoked.
Yeah, he does.
Because it's just, I mean, he was so for her and just giving excuses for everything she's ever done.
Yeah.
And like was blaming Ethan for everything. Ethan's like, bro, I'm the one that's like,
Trying to talk her off the ledge.
yes. And he just like, I think one time she stormed out because he said, I wish I don't know. But she just stormed out because he said something like, you're being a little too much or something like that. And she was like, I can't believe you just did that to me. And he's like, what? And she was like, I cannot believe you just did that to me. It's called the pizza curse, because every time they ordered pizza on the show,
Something goes wrong.
She went insane.
Leaves. Yes.
I hate calling somebody insane, but I'm going to give her that
She
title.
does. She does. No, yeah. There had to have been 39 episodes, because most of the episodes, there was no meltdowns or fights or anything.
Mm-mm.
But the final episode of Frenemies, where Trisha eventually leaves. She leaves Frenemies because it's like after Ela. Okay. Trisha and Moses start dating.
Mm-hmm.
And which is, again, so strange
And
to me.
Ela's brother.
Which is Ela's brother, yes. And Moses has said that he is not close with his family.
Which is...
insane.
Yes.
Because there does not seem to be that. But apparently he's told Trisha in private, and I'm not that close to them. Trisha talks about it on the podcast while Moses is there watching.
My thing is
Clearly making Ethan uncomfortable, because that's his brother-in-law.
if my sister-in-law, which is my brother's wife,
Yeah.
or partner, if she came to me and said, your brother told me you guys aren't close, I would slap, no, I would never slap her. She's lovely.
I'd have a serious
But like,
conversation.
I would have a serious conversation. Like, how dare you come to me like that? That is my brother.
Yeah.
Like, I would never tell my husband and be like, oh, you and your sister aren't close, blah, 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 blah. I would never do that, because that's not my place. And
Yeah.
who's just your siblings, like your blood.
I think, again, it's just a thing of, why would she say that? That makes everybody so
It's a dig.
uncomfortable. It is.
It's
It
to get a
is.
reaction.
Yes, it is.
And she does it all the time.
Anyway.
And Moses
so,
is sitting there listening to it.
I know. But anyway, so that's kind of the beginning of the end of Frenemies, because after that is said, Moses I apparently kind of stops talking to his family.
Mm-hmm.
And Ela that's her brother. And they are, according to Ela, were very close before he started dating Trisha. And now they're not, well, then weren't invited to their wedding and all this other stuff. But Ela has said to Ethan, apparently, I really don't want to be talked about on the podcast, referring to Frenemies, because she does not want any of the family drama to come up. Her parents are upset because Ela and Moses are not on speaking terms. I mean, that's an upsetting thing to a family. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If your parents know that their son and daughter are not on speaking terms.
I've been in that position. It's hard on a
It's
family.
not-
It puts the parents in a very
yes.
uncomfortable situation.
Yeah. So Ela has mentioned, which that's her right. She does not want to be talked about on the podcast. End of. They've got family drama going on. And this sends Trisha off the rails. And Trisha just immediately goes into, she's too good to be talked about. Like, what is she, like, who does she think she is? She's a beep, like, all this
Yes.
stuff. Eventually, Trisha leaves, and she's like, and that's it. She's out. She's no longer on Frenemies. Ethan eventually turns it into a podcast called Families, where he has his mom and dad on, and it was actually really funny. But
I forgot about that.
He replaces Trisha with his mom and dad, and they call it Families.
And they talk about butterflies the whole time.
Yes, because his mom loves butterflies. Anyway,
and how his dad like follows every porn star. Yeah, it's so funny. You've got to watch it, people.
It's really funny. Anyway. But yeah, that sends Trisha off the rails. But I still don't understand how her and Moses are together because they are so opposite.
Here's how I feel about Moses. He's such a little P word.
Oh. Uh-oh.
He is. He lets her dictate his life, what he wears, how he cuts his hair. Like,
yeah.
He just sits there and takes it. And I find it so what's the word? Emasculating? Yeah, it's gross. It's really gross. Like,
yeah.
It's one thing to be, like, respectful of your partner and, like, be mindful and, like, be
polite
polite
you should be.
and do sweet things for them. And,
yeah.
You know, you don't, like, my husband likes my long hair. I won't just cut it because he likes my long hair.
Yeah.
That's okay. But she will literally, like, in front of a group of people, talk down to him. And he just sits there and takes it. And just like, okay, I'll go grab your purse and your keys and we'll go.
It's very...
He needs to stand up for himself. And I think
he's scared to leave her at this point.
That's what Jason was. Because when her and Jason were together in the YouTube videos, people were like, look at his eyes. He's terrified. Like, he doesn't want to go. Because he's scared.
Yeah.
Because she, in the videos, when they were dating, would say, like, oh, you can't break up with me. I'll expose you. I'll say every little thing you've done. And Jason was known for doing, like, coke and stuff.
Which is not stuff.
He's
got children.
You can't just blackmail people.
But who wants, that's been circulating on the internet at once. Who wants that to go back around about
There's videos of Trisha admitting with Jason that she would lock him in the house and would let him pass, and she'd push on him and, like, wouldn't give him his keys, and he was not allowed to leave the house. And when Moses and Trisha first started dating, DMs came out between Moses and another woman.
Yes.
Talking about if Trisha gets pregnant, he's only going to do it to claim child support. And
I did see those. Those were circulating on the internet for a few weeks.
And he sent her pictures of where Trisha punched him multiple times, and there was bruises all on him from being punched by her. And then it came out, and then Ethan said something about it. I don't know I think she brought it up, but then Ethan commented on it, and she was like, how dare you bring that up? Now people are going to think I'm an abuser, blah, blah, blah. And Ethan's like, it was on the internet before I said anything.
Like, I'm not bringing this out of the woodworks. Like, this is on the internet.
So they have a toxic relationship up until 100%. They get engaged. Then all of a sudden, it's like a light switch. Her demeanor changed. She stopped posting. She still posts, like, nudes and stuff, but she doesn't do,
I think it's because she knows that she's got him locked down. Like, he can't just divorce her or something. But,
yes.
Still, she's never been at this point with somebody.
Yeah.
So now she's like, there's not a fear that he's just going to up and run, which, again, he very much could.
And with everything that we've talked about, she's done a lot of bad things. Mm-hmm. But one of the worst things I think she's ever done is that, so she ends up getting pregnant by Moses.
Yes.
They end up getting pregnant. In her YouTube career, she's always said she cannot get pregnant, which is fine. Mm-hmm. You know, she had gonorrhea twice or something. She did. She says it. She had gonorrhea twice, and she let it go. And you can't... Oh, I'm sorry. Mm. If, your tubes end up getting scarred up so bad that you can't have kids.
Yeah.
And she said she did a test, and it came out that she can't get pregnant or whatever. But if you fast forward to the very beginning of her YouTube career... She said she got pregnant and miscarried because a guy was abusive to her. Okay, so that's fine. Mm-hmm. That sucks. I feel for you. You have trauma. Obviously, maybe that's why
that's
you're the way you are.
That's a fact of what you said. We don't, and again, she could have been lying, but that is something that she said on the internet.
Yeah, she said that on the internet. And then it comes out a video with her and Shane. And then in the video, she's just casually talking. She's like, yeah, I've never been pregnant before. And then another video comes out with her with Jeffree Star, and she's like, yeah, I can't believe I've never been pregnant before. How have I, the sex addict, never been pregnant before?
Which one is it, girl? Like,
that's what upsets me. And then she gets pregnant the first year she's with Moses. And I'm like, to make up the fact that you had a miscarriage to get sympathy and attention from people really upsets me.
So low.
As someone that's had a miscarriage, like, it's a slap in the face for us because we actually go through that and have to deal with it. And you're going to sit there and just, I could punch her.
Use that as
sympathy,
a coy to get sympathy
and views and stuff like that.
Yep.
Who says it might have happened? It could have happened. I feel sorry for her, but
how do you lie
it didn't happen?
Yes. Period.
And then gets pregnant, and she's like, "It's my my miracle baby because I was never able to get pregnant before."
It's just a back and forth. Like, you can't keep up with what's the truth and what's not.
And that's why she's YouTube's biggest liar.
But anyway, she has her baby, which she names Malibu Barbie. That is not a joke.
Malibu Barbie Paytas Hackman.
Yes, Malibu Barbie
Paytas
Hackman. So she has Malibu Barbie, and
I can't.
You can, like Ashley said, you see this light switch, and which I know you said that you haven't really watched her that much here recently.
I've seen them, but not like anything.
She is a lot more tame. Now, Ashley and I were talking about this today. We think what might have happened is after and during her pregnancy, she has to have gotten on some sort of stabilizing medication, and that is why she's acting so normal now. But I follow her on TikTok still, and she's always on these lives, and she posts all of these videos of her and her baby. And it seems like, if you don't know who Trisha is because of her past, she just seems like this, influencer mom, and is posting all of these, like, uplifting things and on all of these lives where people are asking her opinion on these, internet dramas or controversies, whereas normally she would have, like, dove in, not caring what she said. She'll say things like, I just really don't want to get into that because that's really not my space to say anything. And it's just kind of like, again, who are you? Who is this Trisha?
Well, I just Googled it, and it says, because what she needs is antipsychotics and mood stabilizers, and you should not take those during pregnancy. So that tells me she probably was not on them during her pregnancy, unless her doctor was like, you got to take them. But I Googled it, which, again, it's Google. But I want to say that when I was pregnant, I was on antidepressants. Or no, I found out I was pregnant, my second pregnancy. And I went to the doctor for antidepressants. And I was just like, hey, I'm having these issues. Like, I need something.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, let's take a pregnancy test first. And then, bada bam, we'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So I take my pregnancy test, comes back I'm pregnant. She's like, I can't give you anything now. You're out of luck.
Oh, my God.
So I had to deal with that
during
on top of
pregnancy.
I ended up losing it, but it's still, it's still, you can't take that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't think she was on anything, especially if, like, her whole life she has not been on anything. She has been on things. She has said that she takes it, but then she wants to.
But is that the truth?
Yeah. She takes it, and then she's like, I just don't like how it makes me feel. Everybody with mental health problems has that problem. My husband always tells me that's, I've told you this before, I think. Yeah. But he'll say, like, something's going on if you feel like you're normal enough to not take your meds.
Yes.
That tells you right there you need to take your meds.
I think I'm doing really good. I think I don't
just get off of them. Yeah, I'll just get off of them. No.
It's not how that works.
Stay on them, people.
Anyway, so that's, up to date today, that's kind of where we're at. She's really not being
problematic.
She's, really kind of, I'm not going to say laying it low, because she posts on the internet left and right. She
still does onlytrish.com. I did see that today. It's just pretty much her nude and taking showers, swimming in the pool nude and stuff like that with her baby stuff in the background. But, to each their own.
That is so...
I don't think her baby's in the background, obviously.
No,
the baby's probably,
just
put up somewhere, but...
that's so...
Put up, like, something else.
Inappropriate.
It is.
That is so inappropriate.
Yeah. So, like, I saw a couple, like, her wedding night. Mm-hmm. She did a...
oh, God, I don't even want to know.
A nude wedding night. So, like, after the wedding night, he filmed her just walking around nude. She's like, my wedding night.
I just have to wonder, like... Ela and Moses come from... I'm going to assume they're religious, they're Jewish.
They are, so...
And so is Ethan.
It's a huge thing, and, Ethan and Ela, I don't think are, like, they're religious, but they're not, like, conservative by any means.
But Elah and Moses grew up in Israel.
Yes. And is
Which
Israel...
Trisha loves, by the way, because she always says about how she wants to marry a Jewish man, and she has been upset in the past because she found out that Jason specifically was only half Jewish, and Ethan kind of calls her out on this in one of the H3 Frenemies podcasts, because he's like, you're fetishizing religion when you do that. And there are clips of it, which is true, but yeah.
She, like, when they went to, like, their Jewish, I don't know the Jewish holiday that they had, but she showed up in a military uniform, an Israeli military uniform.
Which Elah was in the Israeli military because...
And so was Moses.
You have to, I think when you...
certain age, maybe?
I think they're required to.
Required, yeah.
But anyway, how
insulting is that? That's like, could
That's
you
so
imagine
insulting.
me walking around in a
it was at their family party, was it not?
Yes. Imagine me in a United States military outfit, just walking around.
There's a term for that.
There is. It's
when you are not in the military.
Google it, 'cause I have no idea. But talking about Israel, that's like, they're not a third world country by any means, but they are a very conservative country, like, especially towards their women and stuff like that. Like, you can't, like, of course, his parents wanted nothing to do with Trisha to begin with.
Correct.
Because she was a porn star, pretty much, and they were worried Moses was going to do porn with her. And then she made the comment. She made the comment. I do have all those videos saved on a secret file on my phone, and I'm like, his mom watches this stuff. You're like slapping them in the face. I think the only reason they were accepting of her is because she ended up having the grandchild.
That's so it's just so embarrassing. I would be embarrassed. Like, I don't know. When you're a parent, I feel like that's...
And that's the thing. Her sister and her mom are so, like, enabling of her.
Yes.
To get that money.
Yes, like, you can tell because she's filmed a lot of videos with her sister and her mom. And they're just like... Like, encouraging it. Get it.
Like when she married Brad Pitt.
Has a real problem. Yeah. I mean, a very real problem. And as a mother, you're just going to sit idly by and just encourage the behavior? Go get help.
It's because her mom just was not a mom. Her mom is not a mom. She's her friend.
100%. And that'll be my last one, but 100%.
Yes, I'm not your friend. I'm your mother.
Yeah. Wearing military uniform when not in military. I can't find the actual term for it, but it is illegal. Screaming at us. It is illegal. It is illegal to do.
So it's just a slap in the face. It really is. Even if it wasn't illegal, it's just so rude and like.
How is she not embarrassed to show up?
Yes, she had a beret on.
She's going to her boyfriend's family's.
In-laws. Yeah.
I mean, religious party, and she shows up in an Israeli military uniform.
And on TikTok, she eats her Jew meals.
Literally, that is what she calls them.
Like hashtag Jew meal.
And Ethan is like, you cannot do that.
And she's like, why? I'm dating an Israeli man. He says it's okay, so it's okay.
I think that's her thing. Is like, as long as she's got one person to tell her, it's fine. You know, caution to the wind. But that's so just not because he's from. Works.
Oh my god, it's so weird. Look, okay, so I've talked about this before, but like when I was saying earlier, like Israel, like they're like strict on their. I don't know how strict they are on their women, but like when I was in Egypt, like you can't just walk around in like a bikini top. Like
no,
that's just like
not.
No, and that's what she does, and like I can't imagine dating a man from another country like that and doing what she does.
I mean,
it's
Trisha,
not that they're being rude. It's just
no. I think it's very much. But like you said, Moses is so like he's just going to let her do whatever she wants. But that I don't understand that either.
One day it's going to blow up.
I cannot see that this is going to be a lasting.
You're hearing it now. Yeah, you're hearing it now. I predict that
2023 prediction.
He's either going to get caught cheating. like DMing somebody.
Because there were circulations in the past.
Yes, he's going to get caught DMing somebody or something, and she's going to lose it. She is going to
have another meltdown.
Yes.
I just feel so bad because now she's got a baby.
Yeah, and she even said in the Frenemies podcast, she said, I think buying a house is more of a commitment than having a baby with somebody. And I watched that the other day, and I was like, excuse me?
A warped sense of reality.
It's because she's from a divorced family. Like, and nothing wrong. I'm from a divorced family.
I'm a child of divorce.
It messes with you because, like for instance, my husband.
Sure, but like
my husband's not from a divorced family. He's very.
So is mine.
They've been together forever, and they're loving and sweet and kind. He's very anti-divorce. I'm gonna cut that out, but he's he's very much like
anti-divorce.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He's like, we're gonna work through this no matter what.
Right.
I'm on the other hand is like a big problem, and I'm like, oh, deuces. Like,
no,
goodbye.
See, well,
no, I would never. But you know what I mean.
Is like I am too a child of divorce. And my husband is not a child of divorce. My husband is very anti-divorce, and I'm very anti-divorce because I've seen what it can do.
And yeah, I am too. But like, I'm also like, it happens.
If there are big enough problems, then absolutely get out of there.
Yes,
you know
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
No,
but like
me too. But I would, unless there are problems big enough, I'm gonna do everything in my power not to.
Yes,
you know,
a hundo P.
I think that's the.
But she goes on about buying this house and how it's a bigger commitment than having a child, just because it's easier to share custody of a child than it is of who's going to get kicked out of the house. I'm like, you have
so much money, just sell the house. Like what?
Yes.
What?
Like
what?
In today's time,
sell the house, girl.
You'll get like a huge profit. But no, she's just lost her marbles, I think. But I think she's gained her marbles, and I really hope that these predictions don't come true. But I have a feeling that this is not the end of Trisha.
Absolutely not. No, we're going to get, I think that at some point in either 2023 or 2024, there's going to be a Trish explosion. A Trisha explosion.
Love it. We'll keep you updated, people.
Okay, that's kind of where we're at.
Should we give an update? I don't have my phone. You didn't happen to
update?
screenshot the Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez thing? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the Instagram stories?
Yes.
Okay, people.
I screenshotted them.
Listen, I can pull them up very fast.
So
give background while I
first
look it up.
episode, we talked about Justin Bieber, Hailey Baldwin, and Selena Gomez, and the little love triangle we got going on.
That was our first episode.
I know, how sad.
Oh my gosh.
Well, not sad, but like, it feels like forever ago.
Yeah, it does.
But anyway, so Hailey's getting a lot of hate. We talked about it in the thing. The internet hates her. Yes. So apparently she reached out to Selena Gomez and was like, hey, homie, I'm getting death threats. Can you say something? Because this is ridiculous type of thing. I don't know what she said. I'm just paraphrasing, or whatever. I'm just making
because the idea was like, it's Selena fans that are going so crazy on it. Yes.
Now, and then so Selena puts out a Instagram story, which we will share. And then Hailey then puts out an Instagram story. And let's just say the internet was not accepting of this. Twitter and TikTok went crazy. They were like, Selena, this is like, Hailey had to crawl her way to Selena and be like, can you please help me? You know, and Selena's like on her high horse because of it. Yeah. Did you find them?
Yes, I did. So Selena puts on her Instagram story and says, and it's just a black background, but she says, Hailey Bieber reached out to me and let me know that she has been receiving death threats and such hateful negativity. This isn't what I stand for. No one should have to experience hate or bullying. I've always advocated for kindness and really want this all to stop, with a heart emoji. And then Hailey Bieber puts on her Instagram story and she says, I want to thank Selena for speaking out, as her and I have been discussing the last few weeks how to move past this ongoing narrative between her and I. The last few weeks have been very hard for everyone involved, and millions of people are seeing so much hate around this, which is extremely harmful. While social media is an incredible way to connect and build community, Moments like this only create extreme division instead of bringing people together. Things can always be taken out of context or construed differently than they were intended. We all need to be more thoughtful about what we post and what we say, including myself. In the end, I believe love will always be bigger than hate and negativity, and there's always an opportunity to meet each other with more empathy and compassion, with a hand heart emoji.
My computer's freaking out. We're gonna have to end this. I'm sorry, people. But yes, that was a little insane.
So people are getting kind of angry, though, because they're like, somebody needs to take Selena's phone away because she's just gonna...
Yeah. And everyone's pissed because Justin Bieber never said anything.
Nope.
His ex-girlfriend had to come out and say something and stand up for Hailey Bieber when Justin didn't.
Her own husband.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the update on the Bieber beef breakdown.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that was, thank you for listening to the Trisha episode. I'm sure that we will have more updates on Trisha. But, yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. Thanks for talking to me, Ashley.
Thanks for talking to me. Hopefully it went okay. I gotta bleep a couple things, but you know how it goes.
We'll come to you guys with more updates as we get them.
Bye.
Bye, guys.